think we're just gonna try and do things like this. This is a heavy camera. Hi, how are we doing? Oh gosh, I'm so happy right now. So we're doing another video. This may not be the best of angles for future editing outlets, but you know what, it's fine. We're human over on this channel. Yeah, today we are going to be, oh gosh, can't even say it. I'm just so excited the fact that this YouTube thing is going so well, and I'm having such a good time. Today I am going to be listening to the first book in the ACOTAR series, A Court of Thorns and Roses. This is a book that I've thought about reading for probably coming on a year now, if not a little bit longer. Yeah, this is a book that I've been thinking about reading for almost a year, if not longer. And I've put it off because I'm not a romance fan. But considering my last video, that might not be the case. I might actually like romance after all, who'd have thought? The reason I haven't read this book so far, considering it's been out for so long, is quite simply because I'm not a romance fan, and also I don't really like spice in books. I don't like spicy stuff. I've never liked it. It's just my personal preference. However, Sarah J. Maas is undoubtedly Sarah J. Maas is undoubtedly an excellent writer, because she has produced bestsellers left, right and centre almost since she was a teenager, and I think I can learn a lot from her. So in this video we're going to be listening to A Court of Thorns and Roses. I wish I had the physical book, but I don't. I would love to buy the series if this goes well and if I really like it. I did listen to the sample reading of it on Audible and I was like, ooh, this woman knows how to put poetic words together. Like, wow, it's really good. So that's kind of what sparked the idea, because I thought, why not? Like, just try it, because what's the worst that can happen? So here I am. We're going to be listening to that audio book. Which is it? Audio? Yeah, audio book. I think that's right. So right now I have my breakfast right here. Don't mind this. This is just like bedsheets drying. And I've also got my coffee and bong the fruit bowl. We're gonna listen to the first minute or so together, just so that you get my reaction, and I'll just give you like my initial thoughts, and basically I'll just take you along with me through the day as I listen to the book, probably tomorrow as well, and I'll just give you updates on how it goes, because I'm so excited about this. Right, here we go.
Jammer Audiobooks presents A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Narrated.
Chapter 1. The forest had become a labyrinth of snow and ice. I'd been monitoring the parameters of the thicket for an hour, and my vantage point in the crook of a tree branch had turned useless. Hunger had brought me farther from home than I usually risked, but winter was the hard time. Praying they'd last until spring. They hadn't. I wiped my numb fingers over my eyes, brushing away the flakes clinging to my lashes. Not unless they had a death wish. A shudder skittered down my spine at the thought. Giant wolves were on the prowl, and in numbers. Not to mention whispers of strange folk spotted in the area, tall and eerie and deadly. Anything but fairies, the hunters had beseeched our long-forgotten gods, and I had secretly...
Right, I'm gonna stop it right there. Oh my word, like... It's taken me like a minute to really think about... I was just blown away, like that... The language she voices is so beautiful. Oh my word. Right, I'm excited to listen to the rest of this audiobook. Oh my word, like, this is fantastic. This is going to be a really good day. I know that for a fact. Okie doke. I am going to have my breakfast, listen to a little bit more, and I'll give you an update soon. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. You don't want to hear me ramble too much. Where am I? I'm only in chapter 2, but so far, the story is amazing. Like, I'm honestly shocked at how realistic Sarah J. Maas makes fantasy sound, and how relatable she's making it. It's amazing. I mean, obviously, the main character, Feyre, and her family, like, none of us are living like them. We know that, because this is fantasy. But she just makes it so relatable, and, like, the family dynamic is, like, it's realistic. I'm having a really good time. Like I said, I'm chilling in bed now because I'm actually really tired. But I'm gonna listen to I'm gonna listen to the audiobook for a little bit longer. I'd like to listen to it for at least another 2-3 hours today. Like, I'm barely in the book right now. But I needed to get some stuff done at the start of the day before I started to listen to this book. So I'm in the middle of chapter 2. I'm gonna chill for a little bit, and later on I'm hoping to listen to like another 2-3 hours of the book, maybe give you another update. But so far, like, this story is like none other. I'm not surprised that people love it so much, and I may well be buying the series if this continues to be as good as it is right now. So, yeah. Hello. Ooh. Noises coming from upstairs. It is later on the same day. I am on chapter 7. An update of my thoughts so far. Still loving the book. I really like Feyre, and Nesta and Elaine are annoying. I can say that much so far, as someone who grew up with sisters. Yeah, that's so... Yeah, like, Sarah J. Maas has done a really good job at, like, pulling you into the characters and caring about how they treat one another. Yeah, it's great. I think I'm going to get very involved in this series. We are now at the palace, which is pretty cool, and, like, yeah, we are, I think she's like getting changed and ready, or having like her glow up, I suppose. Yeah, so like, I'm really enjoying the book so far, and I think I'm probably gonna buy the series. I think it's definitely gonna happen, just because, yeah, it's just really well written, you know? Really wish I had the physical book in my hand right now, because I can tell you right now I would be underlining, tabbing, reading it non-stop, and I really wish I had like that physical book experience. But you know what, this is what we've got, and I'm still grateful for it. I put the speed of the audiobook on 1.5, so it says that I've got like 9 hours left. It was like getting a little bit slow. I like to start the book off at regular speed, and then once I get familiar with like the pace of the narrator's voice, I then speed it up. So I'm on the speed of like 1.5, and it says I've got 9 hours left. I don't know how much I'm gonna listen to it, how much more I'm gonna listen to it tonight, but I do want to keep listening as best as I can. I did a little bit of writing earlier, and I do kind of want to do a bit more. I really didn't do much, like I only did about 300 words, which is still good because I'm happy with what I did, you know, like I felt what I put down on paper, so to speak, was good, you know, it was there to stay. But I just usually, like I've said before, I like to try and get the 1K mark. Yeah, so I'm having a good time. I'm just so excited about all of this. I'm having a great time. We're gonna do a bit of listening to the audiobook together, just so that you can get some of my like live thoughts, emotions and feelings and that kind of thing. Probably tomorrow. Yeah, probably tomorrow. Anyway, I will keep listening and I will talk to you in a bit. This book, okay, right, clarification, it's the next morning. I was listening to the book last night while I was laying in bed before going to sleep, and this book is so good. Oh my word, I cannot get over the writing, the description, the characters. Like it's brilliant, and I can't believe like I've essentially put this off for so long. I just like, this book is just fantastic, and I'm absolutely ordering the series on Amazon because I know for a fact that I'm just gonna blitz through these books. It is so good. So far, no spicy scenes, which to be honest I'm good with. Like I said before, I don't really like spice. But I know that there's like a decent amount in the following books, but I think I should be able to like just skip it because to be honest it's more of like the worlds that I'm interested in, and so many people are obsessed with this series, and I know that the world building does just get better, so I'm so happy. I love it so much. Let me just get my phone to show you. I'm on chapter 14, which to be honest, like, I'd gotten a lot further through the book. I'd gotten a lot further through the book yesterday than I thought. So this is where we are. We're on chapter 14 and we've got 7 hours and 29 minutes to go. I am hoping to finish this today, but I just want to get through like a majority of it, like a good chunk, and then essentially either finish it tomorrow or tonight, and then I'll give you my final thoughts tomorrow. Definitely realised how selfish I am with this book, because obviously Feyre is constantly just thinking, how can I get back to my family? Despite the fact that she's been told there's no loopholes to the treaty, you have to just live out your life under like essentially I guess service of the High Fae. So, and you've been promised that your family are taken care of. So she's still fulfilling her mother's request, but she's always thinking about getting back to her family. Looking back, Nesta and Elaine never seemed to treat her very well, despite the fact that she loves them, and her father didn't really care that much. And he also told her that if she gets the opportunity, like, don't come back. So in my mind, I'm thinking, flip, just stay there and enjoy yourself. But I'm clearly like a lot more selfish than Feyre, because if my family treated me like that, I'd be like, alright, sucks to be you, bye, I've got a better life here. Yeah, so like I'm having a really good time. We're gonna like listen to some of the book together so that you can get more of like my live reactions. We'll probably do that a little bit later because I've got a few things that I just want to do today. But yeah, this book is fantastic. I can't wait to order the series. Overall, like, this whole YouTube thing has made me so unbelievably happy. I think it's just essentially made me realise that I have a good life. I can read books, I can write, I have a nice house and a wonderful husband and lovely, beautiful pets and great stories to experience. So life is good. Sarah J. Maas is a genius. I've got my coffee waiting for me and my berry muesli with banana. So I'm going to have that and I'm going to listen to more of the audiobook and yeah, just have some more fun through the day.
brace myself. I was shaking so badly that I thought I would fall apart at the seams. Pulled on tap.
It's funny that they're called naga because I hope you know that like naga is a type of chili, and it's so like hot you need to chew it like multiple times before you swallow it, or else it burns your stomach. It's pronounced the same way as well, naga. So every time I'm thinking of when they talk about a naga, I'm just thinking of like this deadly chili that talks. Alright, calm down, right? Keep listening.
But couldn't find the words. His bangs vanished.
Okay, yeah, he sounds a little bit too nice. Let's go home. That's the kind of thing that you say to like a family member or like a close friend, not a human that killed one of your close friends. Yeah. I think now at this point he's starting to sound a bit strange, or just a little bit controlling, perhaps.
Learn anything more about the Naga? About how many he killed before those four slipped away? Didn't ask him anything at all.
Killing
because I didn't detect a trace of triumph in him. Damp hair.
See, that's what I mean. It's just so perfectly descriptive, and it creates the perfect picture where you're right there. Oh my word. I love this book. I love it so much, and I think I'm gonna be a huge Sarah J. Maas fan after all of this.
Lucian and Tamlin were already waiting for me at the table. Good evening, I said, moving to my usual seat. Lucian cocked his head in a silent inquiry, and I gave him a subtle nod as I sat. His secret was still safe, though he deserved to be walloped for sending me so unprepared to the surreal. Lucian slouched a bit in his chair. I heard you two had...
Yeah, I'm struggling to understand Lucian a little bit. Clearly he doesn't really like Feyre, but he seems to like be trying to be accommodating, and didn't like... Was it Alice who said that Lucian needs someone to stand up to him occasionally? So he might just be one of those people that pushes people away before he pulls them closer. Do you know what I mean? It's just he has to like essentially test you before he can decide whether or not he likes you, which to be honest I don't really blame him, because a lot of people are like that. You know, you need to, sometimes you want to suss people out before you get close to them. Makes sense. So, and considering Feyre did kill his friend, I mean, I get it. It's a bit cruel of him to, like, if he did knowingly send her to the woods, knowing the dangers out there, then, I mean, he said it should be fine during the daylight, but she only went 3 hours before sunset, so that is a little bit, like, of a risk. I think if you wanted to go hunting in the woods, you should probably do it like at lunchtime, I guess. So I kind of think it might have been Feyre's own fault, considering the time that she chose. It may not have been Lucian's fault that she got attacked by the Naga. So yeah. Have you noticed, like, I'm trying not to laugh when I say Naga? I hope you're proud of me, because I'm still trying to, you know, I'm still trying to be serious about the story, but yeah, anyway.
I heard a legend once about a creature who answers your questions if you can catch it. Tamlin flinched as his claws shot out, slicing his face.
I'm not sure, but I kind of wish Feyre wasn't so afraid. I mean, like, I get it, but it's starting to get a little bit annoying. Yeah, I mean, like, granted the girl's been through a lot, so I should cut her some slack, but I just wish she wasn't so afraid, you know?
He stopped a respectable distance away. The list of malformed words was still clutched in his hand. I wondered.
She took my wings. That is so sad. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, back to washing up. Also, she's trying to save this fairy's life with Tamlin and Lucian, and she's thinking about painting. What? I am on chapter 18. They are now in the... who is it? Tamlin and Feyre went out for a ride and they're now bathing in that pool of starlight, which sounds beautiful. And Tamlin told us Lucian's background, and oh my word, like that's awful. Like that, no wonder he is the way he is. No wonder he keeps people at like a distance. I mean, that guy has some baggage. Well, fairy. It's a fairy with a lot of baggage. Tamlin seems to be like trying to get closer to Feyre, like with the whole bathing situation. Since when are fairies seductive? That's what I want to know. Why, like, what made Sarah J. Maas think of like fairies and then make them strong and sexy and seductive? Who thinks like that? So it's a different type of concept, but it's going well. Like, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I really need to like get this done because I think I've like filmed like a decent amount and I've still got 6 hours to go, so I'll catch you in a bit. This is some very raw and honest footage, goodness me. So I am on chapter 31. An awful lot has happened. It's the next day. I don't know if I said that already. Feyre and Feyre and Tamlin are very much in love, and she has now had to leave the house because of the risk in Prythian. We passed the intimate scene, and honestly I didn't find it that bad, quite simply because Sarah J. Maas paints Feyre and Tamlin's love in such an honest and pure way that the intimacy scene, it was fine. Like, I skipped a little bit, but it wasn't unbearable because it was just clear that they loved each other. So it's been quite sweet overall, to be honest. Oh, I've got dog hair on my nose. We now know who Rysand is, and Amaranthia, I think that's her name. So that was very interesting, that part of the book. I'm still like loving the world building and like the imagery of like the gardens and the spring season, and it's a stunning story and a beautiful world that Sarah J. Maas has built. I've now sped up the audiobook because I'm used to the pace and how like the narrator reads the story. And I've got like 3.5 hours to go, so I'm hoping to finish it today. But overall, I love this story so much. It's so different. The relationship between Feyre and Tamlin is so beautiful. It's really nice to read, so I'm loving it. And learning about the threat in Prythian across the wall, and the difference between the two worlds, and the history, like the back history of how the High Fae, fairies and mortals all used to be together, and there was a time when the High Fae would go to war for mortals. That was really interesting. The gallery, that sounds gorgeous in the palace. And also, I think I mentioned before, Lucian's backstory it's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking, and I'd like to know more about him, that's for sure. Rysand is interesting. He's not who I thought he would be. Yeah, so just all of this it's taken me by surprise. This entire book has taken me by surprise, and I love it. And I can't wait to buy the series. It's actually like come down in price on Amazon. So if you want to buy it yourself, like you can get the entire ACOTAR series of books for like £37, which I think is really good. So I'm probably going to buy that over the coming month. There is one book that I am going to buy on Friday that is a new release for April, which I am so excited for, and I'm going to do a reading vlog on that because yeah, anyway, I don't want to spoil anything. So I've had the best time listening to this story, and I definitely want a physical copy because I'm probably going to reread this book and annotate and underline just because it's stunning. I forgot to say something. So we also now know that now that Feyre has returned to like her dad and her sisters, that Nesta avoided the glamour magic, which is crazy to me, and that she tried to actually visit Feyre because she knew where she was. That's something interesting, and there's a lot more to Nesta that I want to know about. Elaine is also adorable, like tending to her little garden. I can see like she's just that type of person that's just a ray of sunshine. I would love to have a garden like what Elaine has. Anyway, that's a tangent. Yeah, so Nesta, I've got my eye on you. Claire Better died? What? Like the house burned down? And did they say like all of her family died too? And Feyre's responsible because she gave that name? This is intense. So now we know what the curse is all about, and we know how much of a horrible person Amarantha is, and we know that if only Feyre said that she loved Tamlin, then she could have released him from the curse. I mean, like, I understand why Tamlin let her go anyway, because regardless of whether or not he was released from this curse, then... where was I going with that? Yeah, regardless of whether or not Tamlin was released from this curse, Amarantha would have killed Feyre anyway, simply out of jealousy. So I do get why he sent her away. But I don't quite understand why I mean, I know that he had like 3 days to spare, but maybe if he'd have like held off just a little bit longer, she could have said I love you. Oh, it's so sad. And like to think about the fact that he had to send his men over the wall just for the sake of that, and that his men wanted him to go. Clearly Tamlin isn't a bad person if his men wanted to go for the sake of freeing him and allowing him to be rid of Amarantha's curse. Yeah, it also makes sense as to why he was so, because when I first, sorry, I'm just trying to like get my thoughts straight. When I first was like listening to the book, I was thinking he seems a bit eager, you know? Like he seems a bit eager to get to know her and to have a relationship with her. Well, I suppose not that he wanted, but he could see that he could fall in love with her. So considering it all, it's quite sweet, really, and it makes their like love story even more tragic. It's like as good as Romeo and Juliet. I mean, no wonder people love this book so much. I still have like 3 hours to go, so I really need to get on this, but I had to talk to the camera because yeah, this book has so much meaning in it. It's so good, so good.
Yes, I do. Her lip curled back, revealing 2 sharp canines, and as I stared into her black eyes, I realized I was going to die. But Amarantha leaned back in her throne and crossed her legs. Well, Tamlin, she said, putting a proprietary hand on his arm.
So now we've got the climax of the story. She's got 3 tasks to complete and a riddle to be solved. And I think I know the answer to the riddle already. I think that was spoiled for me a while ago, but I won't say anything in case you haven't read the book, but I'm pretty sure that you have because of, yeah, I'm an idiot who's only just getting to it now. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to some more. And yeah, I don't know why I keep closing off these little clips like that. You know what I'm doing. Right, anyway. So we are now on chapter 38 with an hour, 40 minutes to go. a considerable amount has happened. Feyre has had her first trial where she killed the worm. That sounded gross, by the way. Ugh. And Rysand made that deal in order to fix her arm. And now I have a terrible idea of what he might expect from Feyre when she does live with him for those 7 days at the Night Court a month. So that's a bit disturbing, if that is what happens, but I'm pretty sure, which means that the next book will be interesting. She's also cleaned out his fireplace with the lentils. That was a really odd task to do. These, like, not the trials, just the tasks, along with like cleaning the floor with the dirty water. She has seen Rysand's form that he changes to with the wings and the talons. Oh, it's weird. Sarah Caroli just, it's so weird talking with headphones on, you can't hear yourself properly. Sarah Caroli just got a video sponsored by Audible, which is amazing. I mean, like, could you imagine if in like 3 years time I'm there and I get like a sponsorship from Audible? Not that, just because that's so cool. Like, Audible is amazing. I'm literally using Audible right now for listening to ACOTAR, and to get that recognition in like the book industry would just be a dream come true. It would be amazing. I mean, obviously like writing is my priority, but, and I'd love to be known for my books a little bit more than like YouTube, but all of it's connected, and that's just amazing. That's so cool. Anyway, I had to add that. Congrats, Sarah, because that's just awesome. I love Sarah Caroli so much, but I really need to get back to this book. Let's get it done. It's only got, like I said, I think an hour, 40 minutes left. Still on chapter 38. Let's do this. Let's listen to the end, because I know we can do this tonight. You and me, we can do this.
Ice wrapped around my stomach. He owned me for a week every month. Apparently he thought that extended to the rest of my life too. Come. Reason said.
So is she gonna look like that for like the remainder of her life? She's gonna have more than just like the tattooed hand? Surely that doesn't make sense. They made a deal with like the, well, she said that she would spend that time with him for the sake of her arm being fixed, and then like she got the tattoo on top of it because he didn't tell her about that part. But then why is she now covered in the paint?
We're already late. We walked through the halls. The sounds of merriment rose ahead of us.
Or is it just for the ceremony?
The two-tier fabric of my dress. We had a moment alone together in the hours that followed after Edna's death. That followed what I had done with those two fairies. But now, in this quiet room, I couldn't look away from the truth that sounded in my head with each breath. I killed them. This. I put my hand on her chest, my heart. This is still human. Maybe it always will be. But it would have been easier to live with it. My throat well. Easier to live as we mounted a steep hill. My fairy legs were far stronger than my human ones, and when we reached the top of the knoll, I wasn't nearly as winded as I might once have been. But the breath was not from my chest when I beheld the rose-colored banner.
I don't know how much that was recording, but we finished ACOTAR. It was a very good ending, and I really liked how it was all tied together at the end. It was really entertaining, and it's absolutely a 5 stars. Oh, I'm tired. Having to... it was a good book. It was a really good book. I knew that Feyre wouldn't die. I knew that. And the bit of Tamlin's heart being of stone, that was really clever. And yeah, I knew the answer to the riddle was love. That had been spoiled for me a while ago. I don't really have anything else to say other than I really enjoyed doing this, and that I'm definitely going to buy the series and we will read more Sarah J Maas books together. So if you have read ACOTAR, tell me what you think of it, and if you like any of Sarah J Maas's other books, tell me. I want to know your thoughts. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Oh man, my arm's getting heavy already. Wait, hold on. Yeah, it might pop you like that. I'm trying to think of the right order to put my words in before I say them. Why isn't it focusing? Oh dear. Oh, it was so good. Percy says bye-bye.